Hello everyone, my name is Stephanus, God bless. And today I'll be taking you on a walkthrough of how to prepare your shipping invoice. I'm looking at the screen, you can see the Sage EBL's panel. And what I'll do is just click on my usual to log in. And once you're logged in, you will see the different modules that are available. So I'll just zoom in a little bit so you can see what is here. So from there, I'll go to cargo release. You can see the system is loading. So from the cargo release, you will see your shipping invoices module here. This is the shipping invoices module, and I can prepare my shipping invoice confidently from here. So there are two methods you can use in preparing your shipping invoice. The first method is by typing the BL number. If you know the BL number, you can just type and search it. The second method is by using the I'd rather search method, which is here. So for the purpose of this demo, we'll be using the I'd rather search method. Once you click on it, it opens other options for me. The first option there is container. Here is asking me to select the type of cargo that I want to prepare the invoice for. Is it a container vessel? Is it a vehicle? Or is it a general cargo? So I'll be selecting the vehicle, and it brings down another drop down. So this drop down is populated by all the manifests or the PN numbers that has been added. Remember earlier we talked about manifest upload, manifest validation, and everything. So once you have uploaded your manifest and added added all the necessary details, they will automatically appear in this drop down. So here are the ones available. You can see we have a lot of them that has been uploaded in the system already. So just pick one here. You can see the first one, the first name we have in the drop down is the BL number. The next one is the vessel name, which is Gravity Highway, and the next one we have is the voyage number. So all these things are fused together for it to, in order for it not to get confused, because there might be times that you may get confused trying to figure out the particular BL number or the vessel name. So all of them are just fused in together so that you know whatever you are selecting. So I'll select this particular one, which is Gravity Highway. You allow the system to load as you click outside. Once it's done, you will see that it brings out another set of options. So from here you can see confirm BL details. Here is where you confirm the details of the BL. From what you see here is the consignee name and the address, the notified name and the address. So this is where you confirm from your hard copy or whichever one that is available to you if the name tallies what is in the system. So for this, in this case, we have the consignee name as Toyota Nigeria Limited, and we have the address. We have also the notified name and the address as the same thing. So after you've confirmed the details of that, then the next one you go to is you select the agent ID number or name. The agent ID number must have been pre-registered already in the system. So you select the name of the agent that is coming to pick up or to release this particular vehicle or to claim this particular BL number. So let's use the first one that pops up here. If you don't see anyone here, or if you can't find it directly here, you can easily search any name at all. It will bring out the details of all the agents or the detail of the agents that are available. So by this time you ought to have you ought to apologies for the errors. So by this time you should be aware of either the agent name, the agent ID, like what we have here. We have Abbas Adekoju, and what next you see is the agent ID, and you also have the agency ID before the agent ID. So like in some agencies, they might have up to 5 agents, like what you see here, 00619, and then you see 5, which is the agent ID or the agent number. So in this case, you can search through the database to see if the agent is actually registered. If you cannot find the name of the agent, that means the agent is not registered. Then you refer them back to customer service, where they will go and register their name. So let's select the first one. Once you select and you click aside, it will load to verify that the name you've selected is correct. Then the next thing that you ought to do is check consignee registration. The consignee registration in this case is Toyota Nigeria Limited. So you check if that consignee has been registered in the Sage system. If the consignee has not been registered in the Sage EBS system, the system will tell you that, oh, this consignee has not been registered. So once you click yes, it loads and checks if the consignee has been registered, and it gives me a pop-up, consignee registration check, okay. So this means that the consignee has been registered, and I'll click OK. So once I click OK, you see that it brings out three more options rather. The first one is select rated up to date. The next one is in what manner or which method you want to release the particular vessel. Also, looking at the notification here, you will see Sage EBS notes. No previous rated up to date found. So the rated up to date in this case of a vehicle is the day the owner of the vehicle wishes to come and pick up the vehicle from the terminal, and in the case of the container, it is the day the consignee wishes to return the container back to the terminal. So in this case, there are fees that the consignee or the agent must have paid. If he or she does not come at the expected date, then the charges are deducted gradually, or are deducted from the money which is called refundable deposit. So let's say the agent wants to come and pick up this particular vehicle in 3 days time. Select 5th and you click aside for the system to verify. Then want to release this by original BL. So after that, you see another option that comes up. You see the detail of the agent that has already been filled. Now it's already grayed out, so you cannot go back to modify it unless you reset the whole data. Then select rated up to date has already been grayed out, and what next you ought to check here is check charges accuracy. You click on yes. Once you click on it, it will check the system and not tell you that yes, the charges are accurate. Then the next one is prepare charges analysis, and you click on yes. It will bring out another drop down for you to select the option that you want to charge on this particular invoice. So you see the check boxes here: comment agency charges, documentation charges, and the rest of them. So we just proceed to accept charges or print breakdown. If you want to print the breakdown allows you, or allows the customer agent or the agent that is coming to pick up the vehicle or the goods, to be able to know the breakdown of the charges that he or she is being charged. So if I click on print charges breakdown, it will bring out another pop-up, which is this window. While that is still loading, okay, if you look at it, you can see all the charges that make up this particular invoice. You can see comment agency charge, agency fee for new vehicles, documentation charges per BL, port recovery charge per 6 units of vehicle, and every other information that is required there. So once you verify that this information is accurate, you can print it for the agent if he or she wishes to go with it. However, if you wish to proceed to printing or preparing the invoice, you click on accept charges, and it gives you another option, post invoice to enterprise. Once you click on this, there is no going back. So what happens here is that once you click on post invoice to enterprise, it registers this particular invoice that for this BL number, this invoice has been raised. So I click on post invoice to enterprise and allow it to load. And the next option that comes out is prepare invoice for printing. Now the difference between this option and the previous one is that this one is posting it to the system, is sending it to the database. Prepare invoice for printing, on the other hand, gives you access for you to print this particular invoice. So I click on it and allow it to load. Then the next thing there is save and proceed. Once you verify that all this information is accurate, you click on save and proceed. From this window, you can see that the system has given you a template of the invoice. You can see the comment logo, you can see all the import invoice, and you see the invoice number, which is this particular one. So from this, the user or the agent can go to proceed, or it can go for payment of his or her own. So looking at the top left, you will see the agent, you will see the invoice number. The invoice number is unique for each invoice that you raise. You see that this is 007, this is the year, and this is the number of time that you raise this particular invoice. Then the next thing that you see here is customer agent. The customer agent here, this is the ID of the customer agent that came to pick up that particular invoice or the vehicle. But you see that the name of the agency is what is appearing here. So from this, you know that you're issuing out this vehicle to this agency, but to this particular agent who comes in to pick it up. Next thing I would like to talk about is the payment method. There are two payment methods that you can use, the online payment method and the bank payment method. The online payment method is the system has made it easy for the customer to pay online by scanning through this QR code. This particular QR code is tied to this invoice number. So once you scan this QR code with your phone or whatever QR scanner that you have, it takes you to a URL or a link or a page that you will be able to pay this particular amount, and this invoice number is tied to it, as well as this agent number and name. So apart from that, you can also pay through bank. But when the user is paying through the bank, you must make sure that the invoice ID is entered in the teller, because this is what the customer or the person in charge of invoicing will look at to verify that the payment has been done. So once you're done with all this, you can print the invoice. And once you're done with printing, you close the tab and you can proceed to raising another invoice. Thank you very much. That will be the end